Hello everybody, this is Branded Player 23. Welcome back to the channel and quick video, actually emergency video because we had some huge news regarding the newest addition to the Branded family. We have a new fusion monster, level 8 beast. We'll talk about the details and the statistics in a moment. This is coming up from Yugioh organization and we can take a first look at its art. This is a monster known as the Stigmata Eater. Uh, Following the story of the Chronicles of Light, where following of Albaz and Ecclesia go into a huge adventure. We have the newest fusion monster. As you can see here, are the numbers. We're gonna have a monster with 3,000 attack, 2,500 defense, very stable for branded at this point. It's called the Stigmata Devouring Dragon. Shout out to Brie Grand. Have seen better days, but it's coming back with this retrain. Notable mentions in the stats of the monster is that you can fuse it with Fallen of Albas and one light or dark monster, but you also need a third monster, which should be an effect monster, which we already know it's talking about breaking boards. Fallen of Albas on its own, if it's able to resolve its effect, will wipe two monsters out of the opponent. In this case, you could also do it with super polymerization. So this on its own makes it a good target for super polymerization and board removing. Taking two monsters for 2-3 cards, especially if the monsters are quite strong in today's meta, I think it's just perfect. Just make sure one is light and dark. So I see this not working so great towards the Dracotail monsters unless they try to summon Secretarian, which is another thing on its own. We need to get rid of that. But for Yummies and for Canines, maybe if they have the Vanquish Show package as well, if we're running Vanquish Show with Canine. The monster has 3 effects. 2 of them are once per turn, not exclusive, so you can use all 3 effects in a single turn if you have to. The first one is that if it's special summon, mind you, special summon, not sync, no sync or fusion summon, you can shuffle up to 2 cards from any graveyard or banishment into the deck. So this is something pretty great. This is something that branded, I've noticed whenever I play branded, when I go full combo into the deck, I remove at least 3 or 4 cards in a single turn. And getting 2 cards from any graveyard or banishment back into the deck really does help with the grind game. Mind you, most games will end in 1 or 2 turns, but this should be more than a good effect on its own. It's as a generic monster, it's a really good effect. Within the branded niche, it's an amazing effect that we will always benefit because we are either sending to the graveyard or removing. Second effect is regarding an Ecclesia card, which says, well, an Ecclesia monster is on the field or either graveyard, this card gains 500 attack. Also, it is unaffected by other card effects. Okay, so I have a theory here because we have 2 versions of Ecclesia. I have the Dogmatica one and the Virtus. The Virtus is the Dogmatica, and we also have the other one, the Incredible Ecclesia, which both can be brought with Gizmic Puka if the opponent special summons a monster from the deck. I think either there will be another version of Ecclesia coming, predict, or there will be another card that will help us special summon Ecclesia from our hand or deck in the opponent's turn. So that will basically make it somehow like the Canine cards, where they special summon themselves from the hand and they start interacting with the opponent, allowing you to special summon monster from the extra deck. It's kind of what the meta is right now with Canine and both Dracotail as well. Jami doesn't do it that much, but we know that Banky Shoal, for example, does interact with the opponent within the first turn. They don't need to wait until their turn to start applying the effects. So most likely going into what the meta is shifting to, this will be a chance for Branded to do it as well. So let's see what the horizon has for us Branded players and what Konami is attempting to do. But I have a feeling that this will be exactly what this is going to. For the third effect, is a recycling effect during the end phase. If this card is in your graveyard because it was sent there this turn, like any Albaz fusion, you can add one Dogmatica or one Tri-Brigade card from your deck to your hand, which is pretty good. It combines 2 different cards because you have We used to have Titaniclad and we used to have Grand before, which were separate fusion monsters, one dragon, one beast. Um, and they will either add a Magmatica card or add a Travigate card, which is really good. Mercury is a really good card in branded. I run two of them in my 56 card right now branded deck. But mind you that this card right here is a dark beast. It's not a dragon. Keep that in mind because for high spirits, we'll either have to send Springen's kits or well, Mercury is a wind beast, so yeah, you will probably will have to be involving yourself into those cards. So this new card is coming in. Beautiful artwork, by the way, very meaningful of what the Chronicles of White story is, and I think we all can enjoy the anime by now. I wanted to make this video because this card, it's really promising on what Konami's trying to do with Branded. I like the way it is right now. I know that it has some flaws, and this, it's addressing one of them, which is, first of all, fusion summoning with more than one monster from the opponent. Like, using one Falling of Albaz, a discard, or using a Super Poly and a Falling of Albaz to fuse with more than one monster from the opponent. It's something that Brandon needs to stop doing because it's a lot of resources compared to today's meta. It's not gonna keep up with how fast things are shifting in the TCG in the Yu-Gi-Oh landscape. So props for Konami for addressing some of the flaws that Brandon has. We all know that it's for money, but indeed they're gonna have us buying all these packs. And let's see what else it's coming. This is coming on the main deck, by the way. Chronicles of White, the main deck, along some other reprints like a new Ecclesia and a new Triple Tactic Thrust. List of cards, it's things that we already have from the main branded deck, things that we all run. I just don't run this one, but yeah, I know a lot of people do it. So yeah, this is what we got so far. I do hope that Konami finds a way to increment or to add two more cards to the extra deck, because right now I wouldn't have space if I put this one, but here we are. Let's see where we go. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Have a wonderful rest of your night, and we'll see you in the next video.